question. It all started when I was a kid in Sierra Leone, West Africa. Ever since I was born in a country of war. My country was in war over a diamond. I remember as a child moving from village to villages, running away from the rebels. I believed, um, I believed there was a God and a man named Jesus. But I was raised as a Christian, but was not too much informed in the religion, and I believed there was a God and a man named Jesus, but that was pretty much it. Now that I know more about God, I realize that He works in mysterious ways. I remember this one instance. We were running away from the rebels and trying to go to the other side to the jungle, but in order to do that, we had to cross this one main road with vehicles to drive down. And I remember when we were about to cross the road, we heard this like loud, obnoxious voice, and it was the rebels. They were actually in a truck full of rebels, and they have guns pointing all different directions. As soon as we saw that, I remember my mom was about to run back in the jungle, but my dad grabbed her and told her not to, because if she did, they would have shot at her. And when I think back to how close we were to be killed, it amazed me how we seemed almost invisible to them. We could have been shot and killed right there and right then. But I believed that God had His angel protecting us and shielding us from them. As a child, my parents told me by age 4 that they had made a promise with my aunt to take over custody. I'm not sure if that's a tribal custom, but by age 3, my parents told me that I was not going to be theirs anymore, that my aunt was going to come and take me. I remember looking at them, like, I was surprised. I felt very betrayed, and I was mad, but from the tribe that I'm in, we're not supposed to show emotion, we're not supposed to cry, we're supposed to be strong. If we cry, it was like showing that we're weak. And so I was just like shocked and stuff. But shortly after that, my aunt came in and got me. I ended up moving with her and her sister to a different city. This was very difficult for me. I didn't know who my aunt was. I didn't know what her expectation for me was. But nevertheless, to my surprise, we got along just great. Because of this, of the war being the way it was, my aunt and I didn't stay in the city for long. We ended up going back to my village where I was born, and I was super excited. So that meant I was going to see my birth parents and family. Shortly after that, my aunt fell in love. When we went back to my village, my aunt fell in love with this guy who was in my village looking for diamonds and stuff. And they fell in love. Because of that, I ended up like spending lots of time with my family. I always go to my mom and spending a lot of time with my family, less with my aunt. And my aunt noticed that. She got so mad, and she told me that I could not do that anymore, that I could not see my parents or talk to them pretty much. And I got mad, and I ran to my parents and told them about it. And of course, my parents reacted, and they went back, and they had this huge argument and fight over me talking to them and stuff. They came to a conclusion and told me that it would be best if they came to a conclusion and told me that it would be best for me if not to like see them anymore. And then once again, I was really mad, but I didn't show no emotion because again I had to be strong and stuff. And I was really confused. I was just feeling like my world was coming to an end. And because of the relationship with my aunt and her boyfriend, they were getting serious. They want to get married. We ended up moving back to where he's from, was the city, the capital of Sierra Leone, Freetown. We ended up moving back there, and me off with the guy's mom and took off with the guy. I have no idea when they went. But she just left me with um, the guy's mom and his later daughter, Mabinti. But Mabinti, she was like elderly lady. She couldn't take care of me and the guy's later daughter. And because of my work, my country just being constantly war, and it wasn't really safe for us to be there. One day, a pastor came to her. She was actually a Muslim. She's not a Christian. But a pastor came to her, was in front of a pastor, and told him, like, look, there's an orphanage, and for kids who can go there and they can be adopted by different people in America, and maybe you should really reconsider this. You should send your two grandchildren and so they can be adopted and have this opportunity. But the grandma Yumabinti, at first she's like, no, I don't want to. They're part of me. I don't want to give my children away. But she noticed things wasn't getting better. Her health wasn't good. And so she decided to give us up for the orphanage. And we ended up going there. And again, it's not a big dramatic move for me. And I didn't know anyone there. But shortly after that, we just got there. We ended up ended up being adopted by an American family. They saw a video and picture of us. They just fell in love with us. So we came to America. I was 8 years old, and but sad to say, the adoption didn't last because of a lot of complication. And the lady who was going to adopt us ended up calling the lady who brought us to America to like pretty much take us back to Africa because you guys can ask me later on, I can tell you, but of time being. Anyway, but the lady who brought us to America, I told her, like, no, I can't do that because there's war in the country, but I can bring them to my house and then until things settle down, and then maybe if you guys still want them, then they can come. But God had a different plan for me, of course. Things never really worked out between us. And the lady who brought us to America, we ended up moving with her to Modesto. We were going to school then. I was in 3rd grade, and my sister was 7th grade, not 7th grade, 2nd grade. And we were actually supposed to go to a different school, but because of other issue, I don't remember what it was, but they ended up sending us to the school where we met this lady who was teaching my sister, and I have to speak English, who knows mine now, my parents. And they actually went to mission trip together, and she found out that, oh, they're from Africa, they're for adoption, and so she quickly contacted my now parents and told them like about us and stuff. And my parents were so excited because they really wanted to adopt kids. And they saw a picture of us again, and they saw videos of us playing and just having fun. So they ended up getting hold of the adoption agency. So shortly after that, they came to visit us, and I remember the first time seeing them, I was like, everything clicked. We got along just great. My dad teases a lot. Everything just like worked out. And my sister and I were super excited. We keep asking, are you guys going to be on your parents? Are you guys going to be on your parents? And they're like, no. At first they said no because they don't want us to be excited just in case it didn't work out. But they ended up being our new parent, and I was adopted by age 9. And again, but this time, I became to know more about God, and my dad's a pastor. He's a Seventh-day Adventist pastor, and he. I remember when we first went to church. I remember I asked him like, "Why are you guys going to church on Saturday?" And I remember he's like, "Well, that's a good question." He opened a Bible and he read some like from Genesis, like the beginning and all that stuff. Why we should keep Sabbath. And it was really amazing. It amazed me a lot, and I was like, "Wow, that's crazy." In Africa, we go to church on Sunday and stuff like that. And anyway, I was so excited. I just wanted to learn more about this religion, and it was really exciting for me. By age 10, I got baptized. I decided to give my life to God, and I decided to have this personal journey with Him. And He's still working in my heart, and I'm still in that path of getting to know Him a bit more. But again, like in the beginning when I say why what I believe, because I because God came down here and He gave His life for me, and He didn't have to come to this world, but He did, and so I mean, what to lose to give life to Him too. So that's the reason why I really believe